Hey, welcome in everyone. Good seeing you, Grim. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, best of luck going out the Waffle House. I hear it's a PvP zone. I hope everyone's doing well today. I've been working on some stuff in the background, getting some of my stream stuff cleaned up, and I figured what a better game to kind of show off like a more chill, casual overlay than some Stardew, or not Stardew Valley, oh my god, new Pokemon Snap. The overlay's based off of Stardew Valley, but the game I'll be playing today is new Pokemon Snap. That's funny. But yeah, I was playing this the other day, and I was kind of like, man, I kind of really want to revisit this game. Like, I've not touched it since probably like 2021 maybe. Phenomenal little sequel. It has some issues. It has some things that I wish it didn't have. However, it's really, really good. It's really nice. We'll be going right from the tutorial area too. We'll be starting fresh. Also, feel free to let me know if it ends up being too quiet or anything like that. I believe the audio and everything is set up to max. Yeah. So if there needs to be anything fixed, just let me know. There we go. One thing I did do immediately was I disabled the voice lines as soon as I could, because they're kind of obnoxious. So I did remove them, because they'll just be like every 5 seconds they're like, "Whoa, you took a photo! Whoa!" But I figured this way, there's less of an annoyance. There's also not really any voice acting in the game anyway. They just kind of say like little one-off things, like typical like RPG kind of thing, where it's like they'll have a whole paragraph and they'll just go, "Huh." So that's kind of the extent of talk they do, with some occasional full voice dialogue on like very specific cutscenes, I think. So we're not missing much at all. Oh, I missed the Emolga. But yeah, something really cool with this is these worlds, they get more and more expanded the more you play them, which is really cool. But yeah, currently we're sitting in the tutorial area. And it just mainly just taking photos of Pokemon. It doesn't really matter what you do. So there is some I'm waiting on taking until later times. But yeah, very similar to Pokemon Snap the original. You got your zoom in, you got your camera button. Fun thing though is you actually don't need to zoom in to take photos now, which is really nice. So if you need to get like a wide shot, you can. There is no C buttons this time, so you can't be like quick what's it called? Like quick turning. Can't be doing that anymore. However, you can press down both joysticks, it'll make you move twice as fast. But yeah, this game released on the Switch 1. It was a complete shock. Like, it just popped out of nowhere. And, it ended up being one of the two games that turned my Switch from being a paperweight to an actual usable console for me. But a nice little basic intro area, nothing really much going on. There's some fun stuff that you can do in this, but just generally a fairly easy level overall. And no Pokemon Snap 64, correct. Hey, welcome to Aries. Yeah, this game's phenomenal. I still would prefer the original Pokemon Snap. That's probably just due to nostalgia. However, if this was my first Pokemon Snap game, I'd probably end up enjoying this one overall. But here's some fun little stuff too, that makes this so much more convenient as well. First off, you have your multiple stars. So, like, let's say you take a photo of a 1-star. 1-star photos are all classified under their own thing. 2 stars are like when they do a unique animation, like a more or I guess not more of a unique animation, but like an animation. Usually tier 3 is when they're doing like some sort of fancy pose, or they're eating an apple or something. And then 4-star is like their signature pose that like they only do once. Yeah, this game's phenomenal. So something cool is like you can go in and you can take and pick what your photos are going to be, or if you just hit auto, oops, wrong thing. Actually may need to fix that in my my thing real quick. Yeah, give me just 1 second. I actually gotta fix that. In the meantime, here, let me show off this background thing. Check that out. I ended up working on this ollie yesterday, getting different clouds moving and stuff like that. Yes, this is an actual sequel. This is a sequel that came out on the Switch. I think it was only like $40 too. I'm currently just changing up my my controller stuff right now, so just bear with me for a second. Yeah. And then also, I have more than just that. So I have like a nighttime theme as well. And then some with clouds too. Stuff like that. Really, really cool. Let's see. I don't know why this didn't change. There we go. Yeah, I love that game so much. It's wonderful. Okay, let me turn this back on now. There we go. But yeah, something really cool with this is if you just don't feel like picking the photos yourself and you can go right back to the gameplay, you can just have it auto select them for you. Also, I decided to use a Wii U controller today because I figured I was expecting a Pokemon Snap sequel to come out on the Wii U. It would have been the perfect console for it with the little camera and shit like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use a Wii U controller for that. But yeah, welcome it, everyone. I figured I'd showcase, because this is going to be more of my casual overlay for when I play more like chill games. So I was like, you know what? I think this would be like a perfect game for it. Let's skip all this for now. But yeah, this game is phenomenal. Also, it just looks absolutely beautiful too. Like, this is impressive. This was a Nintendo Switch 1 game. before I think maybe the OLEDs had been out at that point. Maybe 2021, I don't remember. I never got one. But I literally had not been using my Nintendo Switch for the longest time at that point. Like, it was just rotting. It just had no purpose. Outside, I'd pick it up occasionally, mess around with 1 or 2 games on it, and go, yep, that's the Switch. By the way, quick question, no intentions behind it. By the way, have you finished your massive tier list of games you played? No, I ended up not doing that. I may do it at some point, but I was watching back on it. I was like, man, I didn't give like a lot of these games enough time to really talk about. So I may try to set up something else to do with it. My Switch and PS5 share an equal spot on my setups. Now it's just a Switch 2. Yeah, for me, my main console I was using at the time was a PS4, and then I had a laptop. But like, I just never could use the thing with the Switch for me, like the Switch 1, was the fact that like games were more expensive on it, and they were worse quality. Like, why would I buy, I don't know, like Doom 2016 on Switch for full price and it's lacking features when I could buy it on like a PlayStation for like $5 to $20 and it comes with everything for free? That was kind of my view of the Nintendo Switch. I don't think I got anything set up for it right now. I didn't intend for it. I shit you not, Aries. It's the one thing I don't have set up for this. My Switch has Nintendo games, that's why the PS5 has more games. Yeah, exactly. It's like if I buy any games for the Switch, it was going to be a Nintendo exclusive game. Thank you, Aries. Also, this will be the first time I get to play through the DLC in its intended order. Because by the time I had gotten the DLC that came out for free for this, I had already like long completed the game. So it was kind of like, oh, here's like 3 or 4 new maps. I was like, oh shit. But it'll be really cool getting to see when they get unlocked and stuff now. Also, I am going to be skipping through dialogue. It's a lot of filler, and they talk a lot in this game. Purple Banana Life, I didn't know this game had DLC. Yeah, it was completely free. It's a shame, too, because it looked like there was supposed to be more DLC added, and I would have loved for paid DLC, but no, they never made any. So here's a new feature unique to this game that the first Pokemon Snap doesn't have, where it gives you, there's like a little information button, where this has a ton of different uses. There is a mix between scanning to see Pokemon around you, maybe there's hidden Pokemon that you didn't know about, reveals paths, reveals information about Pokemon, and maybe things they like. But it's like, there's so much stuff to this ability. Another thing, speaking of, is there is deviations to paths. So like, let's say you're going down a straight line like normal. Let's say you unlock level 2 And now if you scan, there's now a little crossway that you can go, and you can go to an entirely different section. Really cool. Yeah. Yeah, this game's phenomenal. It has its issues. I'll get into it as we go on, but for what it's worth, I think this is a phenomenal Pokemon Snap sequel. It was more than like worth the wait. Feels Pumpkin Man. But yeah, like I can scan around. Right now, there's not going to be anything that's shown too much. It'll also kind of like shock Pokemon a bit, so you can see it's like a loud ping that goes on. So some Pokemon that have like higher hearing can hear it and react to it a bit. Oh, there's an Emolga. I just saw it fly by. Oh, there he is again. I'll get a photo of him before I accidentally miss it. Yeah, you can see here. Honestly, a lot of the analysis stuff is kind of just for children. It kind of just, it's like, oh yeah, burnt apples. Did something burn it? That kind of thing. But it is still cool. Oh, I just missed the Emolga. It's still cool for like kids to kind of like grasp like, oh shit, these things can actually be like done and like be worked on, and like maybe there's a way to get a Pokemon to come back to like analyze it or something. Oh yeah, fully agreed. It's so impressive too, because this game looks beautiful, and the reason why this Pokemon game looks so good is because Pokemon didn't work on it. It's Bandai Namco that worked on this. It's like, look at the water. Like, for Switch 1, that's impressive. Like, you can clearly see the Switch 1 crust in the background, but I don't actually remember. It was some Bandai Namco team. But it's like, that water just looks absolutely beautiful. Also, you get a lot more photos to take now, too. Just because there is so many more Pokemon. There we go. That's a pose. Bandai Namco just casually making tons of games as of late. I know, right? They tore a book out of Super Mario Sunshine with that water. Yeah. Nope, I heard a Pikachu. And then this game, I think this game kind of makes up for how short the original Pokemon Snap is by being extremely long. I think my first playthrough of this game was 12 hours, I think, compared to probably my first playthrough in the original Pokemon Snap being like 2 to 3 hours. It's genuinely impressive. But in that sense, it is kind of hard to just be able to pick up and restart the game. Just for the fact that it's like, oh, I spent like 12 hours playing through it prior. But also, as you can see here, when he does the signature pose, and now, or not, like a pose, I should say, it then gets bumped up a tier. And then honestly, it's always worth taking multiple photos too. I'm being very lenient on my photo taking right now, or very conservative, I should say. Just to kind of show off, just to get some basic photos in. Because especially since the game will auto-calculate your total points for stuff, you don't really have to worry about comparing the photos yourself. Which, in a way, while I do like being able to pick out my own photos for myself, there's so many Pokemon in each area that, like, it's just worth doing the auto sort. Just for the fact that it's just like, I think there's some levels that can have up to like 40 different Pokemon in it. It's nuts. But another new unique feature to this game is leveling up your areas. So what this has done now is Pokemon in this specific area that I'm visiting is now more friendlier towards me, and they'll start doing more unique things. They'll start appearing more. But I think Bandai Namco did a fantastic job with this game. The only thing I'd literally say that's like a little iffy, that's a little uncanny, is the human models. That one girl in particular is just like super uncanny. But yeah, now I have two different things. I'm going to do more of the park daytime right now, just to kind of show off the level 2. But you can already see, like, in this intro area, once it pans around, how much different it starts changing up. So you got Bouffalant walking around now, they're more friendlier. They will actually kind of walk closer to you, where originally they'd run off. But I thought this was a phenomenal little way for them to expand replayability. It's like, I would never thought of like doing this as a an idea. Like, if you would have given me the ability to like guess what they were gonna do for a new Pokemon Snap, I would have not have guessed this whatsoever. Something cool as well is just the fact that if you don't like the higher leveled ones, or if you want to revisit when they're like lower levels, you can do that too. So it's not like you're just completely stuck. Because some levels, the lower levels actually have more interactions with some Pokemon than like later on. Oh, there's Ducklet now. Ooh. Okay, he's just chilling in the corner. Jesus, hell, little jump scare if you're not prepared for him. Yeah, just amazing how much they were able to like pour life into this game. Because I was mentioning it on my prior stream with Pokemon Snap. This is genuinely my favorite aspect of Pokemon, is like exploring the world around them and not like just exclusively doing battle stuff. I always thought that was like, it's fun, but I always thought it was kind of boring. There we go. Now we can try out the night level after this. What's nice too is you're not required to fully level up every level too. So maybe there's an area that you just don't really care about exploring. As long as you have enough points and stuff overall, that's all you really need. I'm looking to see if there's any... I may level up this one real quick. Let's see. There we go. That should be good. But yeah, ultimately, you don't need to complete like I'd say even like a fraction of what this game offers to get to the credits. I think I only had like, I don't know, 40% of the Pokemon actually discovered or some shit like that when I made it to the credits. And nowhere near any of the levels like to max level. Let's go to nighttime now. Also, I'm pretty sure this is right before the generation of the new Pokemon with like Lopunny and or not Lopunny, whatever the fuck this little kick rabbit is, Scorbunny, had released, I think. I don't think it was Sword and Shield. Could be. I'm pretty sure these are the only ones that come out of this generation to appear in this game. I could be wrong, though. Kind of after Gen 7 is when I stopped fully keeping track of Pokemon. Even Gen 6 to an extent. I played a ton of X and Y, but like, there's a handful of Gen 6 Pokemon that I just generally, wouldn't be able to place in that generation if you asked me to pick which gen they came from. And then Gen 7, Sun and Moon are, like, great, but it was the first Pokemon game I just fully dropped. There's specifically a highway where you're walking down it, and, like, every 5 seconds, a cutscene happens. Where it's like somebody comes over and they're like, oh, we gotta keep walking down this way. Gotta keep walking down this way, and then, like, you'll resume. And, oop, there we go. And, it's just rinse and repeat, and I think it was, like, the third dialogue option in, and I just was like, alright, this is just too much, and I stopped playing it. That game had a little Pokemon Snap-esque mode that I thought was pretty cool. I did think that was neat, and it gave me hopes that we'd get a new Pokemon Snap game, and then here we go, we got one. Throw this on. Also, another thing is you aren't required to get all 4 stars for each Pokemon or anything like that, but it is nice because it's essentially extra points for you. So, like, the original Pokemon Snap would be like, oh yeah, you get, like, you beat out this card by, like, or this previous photo by, like, 1,000 points or something like that. But then when you try to beat out that one and you only got, like, 20 points, you're only getting, like, 20 more points. Where now, it's just like, oh yeah, maybe you won't be able to beat out this 1-star photo, but your 2-star photo may be new and you get a ton of points from that. I'm actually surprised that's the photo they went with. I won't really be showing it off here, but something cool as well is they make use of all these photos and abilities as well. You can... There's essentially like a little online social media-esque thing in this game that you can post to, and other people online can see it. Like, you'll see I just got an upgrade, like an item as well, and it'll show you like how far you've come. It will let you edit photos, add fun little things to it, almost like a little social media, and then people can rank if they like the photos or not. Some people quite literally only play the game just to do that. For the human characters, I think they get the professor right. I think he looks good. But pretty much everyone else looks a little off. But even then, he just has like a never-ending stare. But she looks off. I do not like the way she looks. Alright, so now we've unlocked a new thing to... It's not technically new to this game, but it was fairly cut in the original game. And what that is boss battles. This is a feature that was cut, I think, deep into Pokemon Snap's development, to a point they even had music made for it. These areas are a little boring. They're cool, but they're not really things you'd want to go back and revisit. It's only going to have like 1 to 5 Pokemon in them. They're more for plot than anything. I'll show you. Essentially, it'll tell you where the Pokemon's going to be at all times, which is a nice little feature, because some of these Pokemon can genuinely be really hard to kind of like figure out where they're at. But as you can see, there's only one Pokemon here. This one's not really a boss fight, and more just get a good photo of them. But there is some that are genuinely like little excursions of like you having to quote unquote fight them. I've technically already gotten a good photo, but I may as well get as many as I can. These boss arenas too can be fairly hard to level up as well, just for the fact that you only got one Pokemon to take photos of, and it can be a little daunting to try to get like the best photos for each one. Also, just kidding, I lied earlier. There is a quick turn. But yeah, these are cool. I'm glad they added them. It does add new extra stuff to do, and it does show that like the concept of a boss fight or like a special Pokemon can exist. But if they ever make like sequels to this, I don't think they'd probably bring it back, or if they did, they'd probably like make it a lot better. Also, as you can see here, you can only get photos of these when they're lit up. There's one thing to note about these arenas too. You get the ability to highlight them at any time later on, but for this, you are limited to just that though. Yeah, fairly solid photo. I love how like fluid and snappy the animations are for like the UI and stuff in this game. That's one thing I think doesn't get appreciated enough, is just how amazing all the UI in this game is. The loading screens look beautiful, they're very simplistic, they're perfect. The UI is really nice. The in-game UX and everything is really good too. Very distinctively new Pokemon Snap. But yeah, this game's big mechanic is the illumination ability. It replaces this game's Pester Ball. And it does more than just pesters Pokemon. Instead of it making them like annoyed, it makes them like happy. And it'll give them unique animations, unique abilities, stuff like that. A good example of it would be like, let's say two Pokemon are fighting, and if you give them the illumination ability, it essentially makes them like powered up. And normally if they're kind of struggling in a fight, they'll end up winning the fight because it'll give them like extra confidence or strength or just something random. So it gives a ton of different interactions between Pokemon and areas. Also, it's no longer like Pokemon apples, I think. It's like Pokemon food shaped like apples, which I think the original game also kind of insinuated at, but it is kind of funny. Fluff fruit. Yeah, it's no longer like an apple, it's a fluff fruit. Give him a little bonk. But yeah, they've also kind of tried to make it as like what's it called? They've tried to make it that you're not like harming the Pokemon anymore. Because that was one big thing I guess Pokemon Snap kind of had, where it was like you were kind of just like a little bit of an asshole at times. Like you could straight up like kill Electrode, and you just ruin some of those Pokemon's days by like throwing shit at them. Mankey and shit in particular, you had to obliterate them, like launch them backwards and knock them out. Yeah, real quick, I'll show off some of this extra menu stuff. So you got your little achievements, where it's just like, it gives you little hints on what you could be interacting with the world. You got your little laboratory area. I think this is also going to throw a tutorial at me. But you got your little photo decks that shows you all your extra Pokemon, everything you've gotten so far. This game understandably has way more Pokemon than the original game. As you can see, the first area I've already gotten 24 Pokemon, when in the original Pokemon Snap, 63 was your max. And you've also got these little maps too. They'll show you each area. So you can see right here, right now, these have similar pathings. But it'll show you every single Pokemon that you've taken a photo of. It's really cool, and like the longer you go on too, the more you'll discover like more spots as well. And then here's like all your stats and stuff. We won't really be tackling that too much. But there's a few more things that have come around to the main area too. But I'll show them off when they come around later. I gotta get used to my throw is B. There we go. So it just shows off little hints and stuff like that about the world. Shit. Ah, I took a photo of the crystal bloom. Oops. This will kind of show off the achievements thing too. And also here's your 4-star animations. I should do that. Let me set these up for auto. Yeah, that should be good. Also, you can see in the stars themselves, there is rankings for each star as well. So you see how I have the silver right now. I think it goes from like bronze, silver, gold, and then I think there's like a platinum too. Yep, there it is. There's a platinum. I tried doing the boss area again. As you can see, there's now another Pokemon here. Generally, from what I've learned, if you know there's a Pokemon that appears exclusively more often in here, and also in another level, it's worth getting as many points with them in these levels first. That way you can level up the boss arenas more. Because if you end up getting like a perfect shot of, like, let's say Sylveon in another level, you're a bit shit out of luck leveling up any further because of just there only being Sylveon in this level. At least at this current stage. But yeah, as you can see, I definitely do wish there was more stuff to do in these little one-off arenas. At least with Magnesium, there's nothing really interesting going on. Let's do a nighttime one again. Let's level this up to level 2. I missed that. Cool, they got little references to the original Pokemon Snap in here too, where it's like you throw an apple in the water and a Magikarp will like fly out. Generally, if I had to change something about this game, is I wish you could put multiple starred photos in the same selection, so you don't have to replay the level, let's say 4 times, just to get 4 different poses of Pichu. If I had to change just one thing about the game, it would probably be that. I think it would shrink down the gameplay loop by a lot. However, I think that's a positive. Let me make sure that there's no extra things. Yeah, a pretty good photo. Yeah, looks good to me. This should easily get me to a level 2 as well. I'm gonna try to focus on getting as much of areas done as possible per stream. Obviously there's gonna be things I'm gonna be able to rediscover later on to get better photos, but I want to try to actually go through each of these areas fully, and not always do like max level obviously, but as much as I can before moving on to next areas, because honestly there does get to a point where you'll just unlock a shit ton of areas and you don't even have to like level up any of them, and it'll kind of get like just left in the dust. Also, yeah, Todd Snap's in this too. Really, really cool. I love the fact that he makes a reappearance after not appearing for like what, 20 some years? Yeah, this little shithead. I think he's like the worst part of the game. He's a putrid little bastard. Let's see. But yeah, here's something that's kind of cool. I wish there was a little bit more they would do with it though, but is the multiple islands. It kind of fakes you out. It makes you think that's like, this little area down here is going to be your general island that you're going to be exploring, but no, it quickly ramps up to multiple. So you can clearly see like points of interest and stuff like that. As you can see here, we have both of these at level 2, that at level 2. Now we can move on to the jungle. Do a little bit of jungle, unlock like some new stuff, and then go back to the previous levels too. Hey, welcome in, horse. Can feel it in my bones. Hope you're doing well today. I'm naked and I'm taking photos. It finally. Yeah, this is such a wonderful little game. This is easily probably like my top 5 favorite Switch game. I have to actually look through all my Switch like exclusive games and see which ones are my favorite. Funny enough, this and Pokemon Arceus I probably would say is like in my top 5 favorite Pokemon games in general. Still just impressive how amazing this water looks for a Switch game. Yeah, I think this had came out like a year or two after Pokemon Sword and Shield. And it was just like, it's like, oh my god, it's like, no way the actual Pokemon company worked on this game. And then like the logo came out, it's like, yep, that checks out. Of course it wasn't the Pokemon company that worked on this. It looks really good. Yeah, I don't think this unlocks any new abilities just yet, but I do think it does progress something forward. Oh, actually got some level 3 stuff here. Let me fill up auto. Yeah, this all looks good so far. I originally intended on streaming yesterday, but when I got home from work, I wanted to dedicate some time into touching up my streaming stuff a bit more. As you can see with the new overlay, I've also got some new stuff added in too. So it's not just the stream overlay itself, it's like the rewards are now, you can hear all the audio for them. For those who do like the subscriptions or the bits and stuff like that, I now have animated stuff for it. Because I shit you not, genuinely, I wasn't expecting to get any of that. So I was like, I didn't have any of that worked on because I was like, I don't know, like, I guess somebody could, if they get around to ever doing stuff, I'll do stuff with it. And then they did. I was like, oh shit. So I got that now. There's still not badges for bits and stuff. I'll have to figure out what to do with them. But with the, like, if somebody subscribes or donates or stuff like that, there's custom little animations that appear now. But one thing I want to do is I want to make it that, like, some of these overlays have actually just unique animation stuff. So if you, like, let's say you raid or something like that, you raid this stream while I'm doing like the Stardew Valley overlay, it has custom like animations from Stardew Valley play out, where like other games will have other things play out. And I think that'd be fun. Oh man, he's putting in the time and it's appreciated. I try. It's like, it's fun. Like half the thing I think that's fun with the streaming stuff is just creating new things. It's just like, I love doing like the animated scenes and stuff like that. I'll show you since you're here now. But like this stuff back here, I have this all animated. And then as well, if I want, there is multiple different things. So like I could have it be like where it's nighttime now, or it's like it's going into like evening and shit like that. So just a bunch of different things I've been really having fun working on. Now let me turn these back on now. There we go. Alright, let's go back to some of the previous areas. I should be able to unlock level 3 with this already. Also, I love the ability to skip the intro. Even if it's just a few seconds saved, it's still great that we have, like, the ability to do so. There we go. That's a new photo. New tiered photo. But yeah, half the fun is just finding unique, fun things to do with the streaming. Plus, I plan on doing a few more overlays too in the future. Kind of one for each genre of thing. So, like, for example, let's say I have, I do, like, first-person shooters. I've got, like, my Perfect Dark one. I've got arena shooters. I've got Doom. If I'm playing, like, older games with a 4x3, I've got my Tube TV. If I'm playing something casual or cozy like this, I got the Stardew Valley one. And I want each one to be something of, like, a game I value a lot. Funny enough, the Tube TV one technically isn't based off of anything besides just the enjoyment of playing on, like, a Tube TV. I probably will make one like Donkey Kong oriented in the future as well. That's one thing I kind of realized I didn't have too much of, funny enough, was DK related things for a channel that is like very DK oriented. But at the same time, I didn't want to just put all my apples in one basket and just have it exclusively be DK themed, even if I'm doing like variety things. There we go, got him to do a little pose. Sometimes bumping them with apples too gives you off little new animations too. Sometimes they don't even react. Let's see where this Pichu goes. I don't think I have enough photos of Grookey. Also, if I want to, I can just quit out right here. I'll eventually start doing that, but for right now, I just want to do, like, the full levels. Oh, let's see. Can you make another one for Goon type games where instead of Tube TV, it's boob themed TV? Oh yeah, you know it. I'll get the I can do one better. I can just get the Lightning McQueen Tube TV overlay. Try not the Goon challenge. Yeah. I'm surprised I actually got the tier 3 and 4 right here. The special Goon streams. Play one of them whenever I want to have a fun little vacation from Twitch. I got to learn that if you don't accept the game on Twitch, that it will constantly pop up. It'll actually open up your Twitch launcher and will just pop the game right up onto your face. Merc donated, or not donated, gifted a cursed goon game to me, and I didn't accept it because I'm like, no way I'm accepting this thing. I didn't deny it either, but I just kind of had it sit there, and I kid you not, it was like every 20 minutes it would open up the browser and then like put it right in your face. Like, do you accept? It's like, absolutely not. I got to learn that it's like it's very adamant that you accept it or not. Oh shit, I'm not level 3 yet. Alright, I should be able to get some extra points by getting the tier 3 for the Grookey. Merc is still waiting for you to play it. I'm waiting. Man, Merc has been very hard at work, getting that Perfect Dark net play stuff all working. I've been falling asleep like very early at night this last week, so I haven't really been able to stay up with him while he works on it. But he has like the dedicated server stuff working better now, because the biggest issue was the fact that like the peer-to-peer works perfectly. Like it's great, it's fantastic, but the second that it's a headless server, the game just completely shits the bed. It doesn't register that like there's anyone actually playing. So he's been trying to figure out how to get that working properly and everything. But we've been able to play some matches, and from what it sounds like, he's gotten it to function now. Like the challenges work and everything like that. Waiting for Spells to go grocery shopping or something before downloading it. I've been in the same place. The funniest thing too is like if they saw that, if my spouse had seen that, and they would just been like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Yeah, it's Merc," and they're like, "Understandable." Let's see. Is there any other Pokemon in here? My favorite interaction, I think, between my spouse and Merc was like, because I tell them about like my friends and stuff all the time, and when they finally got to like speak in person, or not in person, but like over call, my spouse was like, "Oh yeah, I know about you," and Merc just responded, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that." There we go. Some nice photos, and then I can quit right in here. Yeah, what's cool too is you can have where you can just quit out, return to the camp, and shit like that. That's the best. Yeah. Let's see. Oh wow, I actually didn't have a normal just tier 1. Oh, never mind. It was for Ducklet. That's Swanna. Oh yeah, big booby, big booba swan. So I got more photos than that, but I guess it registered as Ducklet. That's wild. This photo is not as good as this photo. I just love the, oh, it's horse of course type stuff. Yeah. Hey, I completed one. I think it's the first one I completed. I still can platinum all of them too, but I can't remember if there's anything that really checks for progression if you have all 4 tiers completed on that. What's nice too is the stuff I was working on in the background as well for the stream stuff is originally I was kind of raw dogging the audio mixer. So let's say I'm playing like a game on my PC itself and I'm streaming. I had it where it was only picking up just all the entirety of my computer's audio, which was nice because it was very simple plug and play. It's like, oh yeah, it'll pick up the audio from what game I'm playing, plus the like the alerts and everything like that, so I don't have to worry. But when I was doing the capture card, then it was like, oh shit, it's no longer picking up the alerts or any other sound effects and stuff like that. So now I have it that they're all separated and they're all proper. But the thing was too, if I had the capture card on, I couldn't have my general PC audio on because then it would just double over. But if I was to remove one of them, then it wouldn't have any audio. And it sucked because I wanted to do more collab stream stuff. Like, I'd love to have people on here just chatting while we play something together, or we could even be doing our own separate things. Because like me and Aries has done that in the past. But I wasn't able to if I had a capture card on with Discord open. But now that I have it all sorted, now I can have people like Merc and stuff come in and join. So I've got that. Got that leveled up. Oh yeah, also to show off too, you can change the how this changes. The tutorial level I don't think changes up too much, but I think the night level changes up a little bit. Let me do the night spot a little. Because once you level up level 3, you don't really get anything else. So if you got better photos to take of Pokemon, it's probably worth taking them in other areas. There we go. That's good animation. Also, something interesting is I don't think... I don't think Swabble, or whatever the hell the little sad gecko creature is, I don't think they don't appear until post-game. I'm pretty sure. So the first two new starters appear in this tutorial area, but yeah, I don't think Swabble appears until post game. Or Sobble, I think that's the name. So if you could see, the Caterpie and Pinsir are no longer here because they're up and walking around now. And these guys moved around slightly, and now there's two Swanna. But yeah, the big reason why I removed the voice acting in this is because I'm sure you've noticed when I take a photo that's like a good shot, that little bastard shows up on the side. He's like, wow, I wish I would have gotten that photo. All of them, all of those specific texts are voiced, and it gets very, very tedious. There we go. That's an achievement. Oop. Also, check this out. Now that there is higher levels, I get to visit different areas. This is very basic in showing the changes, but it still changes nonetheless. It's really cool. Also, the fact that Magikarp just fell asleep on a rock. And there's a Sylveon. Bring back voice acting. And just like, honestly, I'm not opposed to the voice acting stuff, but oh, I was like, what the fuck is that sound? It's the, I thought it was my cat making noise, was the game. Just the problem is, it's just every 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, like every 30 seconds. If I hit him with an apple. There we go. It is kind of cool seeing some callbacks to the original game too. Like having a Doduo lineage in the first level. And stuff like that. Funny enough, I don't think Pikachu really appears at all in this game. Pichu appears, but when it comes to Pikachu, you only see him in the tutorial area, I believe. He was the second most reoccurring Pokemon in Pokemon Snap 1. The only Pokemon to beat him out was Magikarp, funny enough. Also, once again, showing off that these little text message icons means they're meant for achievements. Get some more of these. Oh wow, I'm surprised that one actually won out. There we go. But yeah, also just witnessing things are also achievements, like seeing the dam be built. See, I got level 3 there, level 2. I don't think I'm going to get anything more useful out of there yet. Let me move on to here for now. Get some extra stuff leveled up. That way I can get some more abilities, so I'm not just moving slow with only an apple. Because you get all the original items from the Pokemon Snap as well. So you get the music instrument, you get the speed up, you get technically a Pester Ball, an apple, you get your quick turns, your zoom in, stuff like that. But then you'll also get some extra little things too. That didn't catch him. I do genuinely hope we see a Switch 2 version of this game. Like, I would love if they just had some sort of DLC for this. I don't even care how expensive the DLC it would be. I'd pay for it. As long as it's not Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC format, I'd gladly pay for it. Speaking of, at some point, I'll go and play through DK Bonanza again on stream, too. Because that was just a phenomenal game. It was easily probably my game of the year when it came out. But yeah, if they just had like a little bit of improvement to the textures for the Switch 2 version, and maybe some extra little content stuff, it would be like fantastic. But even where it's currently sitting, still a damn good game. And also it loads so much faster on the Switch 2. This is also a game I think feels really good to play with the actual just original Joy-Cons too. Because like the haptic vibrations and stuff it uses is fairly nice. Like you can tell when something weighty's around you, and like when you scan for stuff. And it's a nice little like extra physical feedback. I think if I had to detail one thing that the original games had that this one doesn't, is having Pokemon evolve. I was a little, not disappointed, but like a little, not, I wouldn't say let down, because it's not the end of the world or anything like that, but just a little let down that like there's no form of like Pokemon evolving during your trips through. And I have to assume a reason why they just don't evolve is because the fact that like it would be a pain to have them evolve and then be like, oh, what if the player evolved the Pokemon going from version 2 to version 3 of the areas. So I have to assume that's why they did it. But I do wish there was more of that kind of aspect to it. Should easily have a level up here now. I'm surprised that doesn't count. Still don't have a level 1. Yeah, it works. Also, I ended up making a streaming account on my Switch as well, so I can replay games without actually having to delete my original saves. Because unfortunately with this game, you can only have one save per account. So may as well just make a second little streaming account for it. So let me check something real quick. Here we go. Beat. Alright, this I believe is where you start getting the this game's Pester Ball. Or it should be like Friendship Ball. I'd have a hard time finding Pokemon, he says, as I find 2 within the first 3 seconds. This game would genuinely be something I'd love to see make it onto the NoClip website one day, because they have Pokemon Snap fully integrated with that that website, which is really, really cool. So what's this showing? Wow. Yeah, there's an Ariados up there. Oh yeah, also, Switch 2 version. I hope they increase the FOV. It's one thing I'd love to see more of, is like higher frame or field of view. It's not terrible, but I definitely would just love to see it wider. Ledian. Morlols. I think they're from Gen 7, I think. Gen 5 is kind of the last full generation that I kept track of, like, all the Pokemon in. That's a good photo. Gen 6, I kind of have a good guesstimate of what Pokemon are in it. And then Gen 7 is kind of like, I know some of the Pokemon, but overall, I'd probably mix up their generation with others the most. Ooh, that's actually a good photo. I'm really excited to see more about the new Pokemon Gen. Because if it looks as beautiful as this, I am very intrigued. Because what we've seen so far of, like, the actual general gameplay has been looking, like, really good. I know they only showed one trailer, but still. Oop, something's detected. I do know you have to take photos of some of this stuff, similar to signs, but I don't think I have the ability to, like, take photos of them yet. These little guys kind of remind me of the Flood from Halo. I think it's like just the way their feet are. The way their feet are, and then like the little fungus on top of them. That's a pretty photo. Also, when the mod retro comes out, I will be streaming more with that as well, because I want to be able to show off how different games play on it. I'll be doing DK64, probably another Pokemon Snap Run, maybe some Perfect Dark, shit like that. Rush 2. Now this, I should have the ability to throw out the little crystal balls. Yep, there they are. Illumination orbs. Call them friendship balls. I love that warranted a cutscene. Yeah, now I can go back to the other levels. I can try to get the boss area leveled up a bit more. So as you can see here, I still gotta level up this to level 2. For right now, I'm gonna go back here. I also enjoy friendship balls as a phrase. Here you go. So, biggest way to observe this as well is there's a Sylveon over there. Also, these go far. It's kind of reverse Pester Balls, because Pester Balls did not go nearly as far, if I recall. But you launch these things into the stratosphere. There we go. And I think Sylveon just kind of just fucks off. I think that's the only spot that Sylveon really interacts with. But yeah, at the current moment, Sylveon's the only Pokemon that you can get in this little area besides Magnium. I don't know why I always forget its name. I call it Magnesium. And I may as well just take as many photos as I can get. Some good technique. Then he kind of like skedaddles around a bit. There's something else here. There it is. I'm pretty sure this doesn't really have any use for a while. Magnesium, yes. And sometimes the Pokemon I sometimes remember to take photos of. Oh, there's a photo of the ancient ruins. Oh, okay, you can actually take photos of them now. Ooh, we got a tier 4. There we go. It's very hard to level up these boss areas, I will say, because they need like 50,000 points to get to the level 3. Level 1's instantaneous. All you gotta do is just beat it. But level 2, it's like you need a ton of points, and like even with that so far, I'm just sitting at 7,000 new points. Thankfully, you can just restart the levels here too. So I'm going to try to get a good photo of Sylveon. I generally don't think I actually have any of these boss arenas leveled up to level 3. So I'm fairly curious to know what you actually get. Let me throw an apple its way. I believe illuminating them gets you more points as well. I don't think he can eat apples. I don't think he gives a single shit about them. And to be fair, if I was that size and you offered me an apple, it's probably gonna be like a crumb. Like the equivalent of like a single like gummy bear. I do also think if this game had a higher FOV, it would make getting shots easier. It'd probably just make the general gameplay easier. So it's probably also a gameplay like balance thing. Have it at a lower frame rate, or not frame rate, FOV. Also, funny enough, there's a pro camera mode in this too. I don't think I have access to it yet, but you can burst shot photos, I think. If you were that size, your partner would constantly be on the lookout for me trying to steal you away. Oh shit, a tier 4. That's the best photo? Oh, he walking. I'd not expect to get a tier 4 from that. Ooh, and I completed Magnium now. Fucking hell. Alright, so at least I've gotten that so far. I can move on to some of these other general beginning areas. Let's get this. Ooh, a Metapod. There's a Crystal Bloom. That's somewhere near here. Oh, there it is. Get a photo of that. Nope, there we go. And because I activated that, it unlocks a new trail. As you can see, illuminating these Pokemon don't always do stuff. I'm glad that it isn't always just an end-all, like, utility thing. Essentially just hitting each of these little Pokemon with like a flashbang. There's Ancient Ruins there. I know there's something you can hit that with and it will launch, or not launch, but like a Pokemon will launch out of it, I think. Oh. I know there's a path in there, actually. I think it's during the daytime only. Oh, can I get it? Can I get a good shot off of it? There we go. Oh, he's eating his own ass. Alright, I hope I get, like, bonus points, or I guess brownie points, for a photo of him eating his own ass. Nope. Can't quit out of this one. I think it's the first time you enter a level or you enter a new version of that level. You can't exit out and you can't skip the intro. Surprisingly quiet level. I don't think there's really any music going on for it. Oh. Oh, man. Alright, Phil. Hey, he did like the ass eating photo. Oh, 1 star though. Interesting. I would have figured that one would have gotten more points. That's like self-suck POV. Interesting. It'd be a nightmare if you just got illuminated like that. Like, does under your eyelids also get like extremely bright? Can you not escape it? Yeah, I knew he'd love the ass eating one. The ancient ruins are kind of this game's equivalent of Pokemon signs. I kind of like the signs better. I think they were a little bit more interesting. The ancient ruins are kind of just random pieces of rubble. Return to camp now. Oh, wait. No, I still can't do the thing here. So we got a little bit more to level up here. Heard that. Yeah, I'll take this path for now. There's the button. I'm surprised that I haven't actually unlocked the one DLC level yet. It had a really cool concept to it that I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? It just phases right through. I kind of wish it would bounce off of it or like get stuck. The DLC levels have some really cool concepts that make it seem like there was supposed to be more DLC coming. Because it's like, oh, there we go. There's one where you get shrunk down and you can explore the first area again, but like you're extremely tiny, and like they have a whole thing play out where it's just like, oh yeah, the 01 has the ability to shrink down now. It's a new thing. We're excited to like test new areas with this, and then it's like it's exclusively just a one spot. So I think Nintendo pulled the plug on DLC for this game for some reason. I think they did the same with Pokemon Arceus too, which was such a letdown. Also extremely tidy. Oh shit. Hit him with an apple. See if he does anything. There we go. But yeah, it's like, it's really cool because it's like you get to explore and you're down to the size of like, you're smaller than the Wurmples and shit like that. But yeah, it's for one area only. I wouldn't be surprised if they planned on doing free DLC and then they also were like going to have paid for, but then it was like, oh shit, they're just cutting it, let's just release everything we have. He was sleeping, he threw something at me, tourist. He was chilling too. Imagine like you're homeless sleeping on like the side of New York and somebody throws an apple at you and you make a certain face like, ooh, I got a unique frame, I got a unique tier to this photo. And then they just fuck off and then they come back the next night and they just do the same shit. That should level me up. Yeah, there we go. There's level 2. This new area has 2 to 3 levels, I think. I'll show off the water area next, because that's just beautiful. At some point, you will unlock the ability to take photos in this little area too. I don't remember exactly at what point you get that, but there's some unique Pokemon here that you can only get in this area, like Stoutland and like the little bee, like gnat Pokemon, Starly. Oh, there we go. I got the ability to play music now. One thing that's a little disappointing, but it makes sense because there's fucking 600 Pokemon or some shit like that in this game. There's only one form of music the flute plays now. And honestly, it's kind of a little bit penis music-y. It's a little annoying to hear, but oh, there it is. Speaking of the shrinking thing. But yeah, here is a DLC area that was added in for free. I'll show this off real quick then. So it's in here, and then you like shrink down. Also, you can see how the pathing changes. I think it's daytime only that you get to view this in. But yeah, the music thing only plays one form of music. Also, I think this is the first time I've gone into the level 3 zone of this. So now Pokemon are happy to see you there. I get Score Bunny during the day. That we've already seen that. Little Wurmples. We can throw this down. I think it has an Emolga land up here. But yeah, it makes sense why there's only one song. I just wish the song wasn't so annoying to hear. I missed the animation for him hitting the, Speaking of animations. There we go. Got him. There we go. Hey, Pichu. There it is. Oh, fuck. Well, I'll explore it the next time. This is Bidoof. He's so happy. And this just tells me that they've completed the dam. I think there's Wurmples that appear up in this area too. They like hide back here. If you like illuminate them or something like that, they all pop out on the sides, happy to see you. Something like that. I remember one of these areas having that. Crystal Bloom. There's also another one. Oh, there it is. I think that's one's meant for more nighttime. Also, each island has its own version of the Crystal Bloom too. They don't offer anything gameplay-wise different, but they're just different colors, so you want to try to get multiple photos of them. That's a tier 4 animation. That's a nice, good photos. So, man, I don't know what it is. I'm fucking starving today. I ate breakfast and everything, but maybe it was not enough. I just need a standard photo of that Pokemon. Okay, yeah, let me retry this and then go in that tree trunk this time. I forgot Pikachu, or the Pichu is like the little hint that you can go in there. I believe he was actually added in specifically for that. I won't focus on taking too many photos here, so I'll kind of just let this play out. Because you get a whole second segment. I think you can even revisit the area on your own. Without having to do this once you discover it. Get a photo of him. There we go. And the tree is coming up. There we go. And I think this whole area levels up too. You get different tiers to it. And then some new Pokemon were added in too. All the DLC areas, I believe, have different Pokemon added. Doof ass. This is an interaction I was talking about earlier. If you throw these friendship balls at some Pokemon, it can like encourage different outcomes. Yeah, so like he fucks off here. What's this? And then it ends a little bit after this, I believe. Now you got little Shroomus out here too. Let's see, where's the other Crystal Bloom? I think he's actually sitting on it. Oh, there it is. There we go. But yeah, that was one of the DLC areas. Pretty cool. It had me so much hope that they're doing more with this than they actually did. A nice photo. Oh man, I can't imagine why that one didn't win. It's interesting. That's where you get the first one at. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll see something in the future with this game. Got a bunch of requests at this point too. I think these give you XP for places too. I don't fully remember. There's the secret side path. Now let's go and do some of the beach level. I never was a fan of Crab Brawler. He's just very ugly to me. Plus, I feel like we just have a ton of crab Pokemon as is. Oh, there's Pikachu. There's my boy. Girl. Yay! I love Pikachu so much. Oh shit, I don't have the Crystal Bloom ability anymore. Maybe I have to unlock it for each zone. That's kind of a cool way. I completely forgot about that if that's the case. Also, just look how beautiful that water is. I'd swim in there. Okay, so you probably need to, probably need to hit it with the Crystal Bloom, obviously. try to focus on getting just 1-star photos for now. There we go. I'll probably go for like another half an hour more, and then I may take a bit of a break, probably grab some food and then come back, maybe play something else, or I could even do more new Pokemon Snap. I think I just need some food first. We have a 5-star photo for you right here, but trying to make you unfaithful would be wrong. Okay, I need the Crystal Bloom activated to get a photo of it. Got me acting unwise. I may end up making like some cereal or something. I've had some buffalo mac and cheese. It's really good. Usually I'm very picky on mixtures with mac and cheese, but it was less that typical cheese that you would expect for it, and more like buffalo, and it's pretty solid. But I think I need more than just that, so I'll probably have some like cereal, or I don't know, maybe I'll cook up something. Also, something I'll probably do as well is I have a fan. This fan's very old. I shit you not, you have to kickstart it. When you turn it on, just go like brrr. But what you got to do is you got to hold down the mechanism on the fan a certain way, and it'll slowly spin the blades, and you have to kind of like tweak it in a certain way, almost like Skyrim lock system, pick lock system, for it to then fully turn and like spin. Once it turns on, it's completely fine. But we've had this fan for years, but it's been about time. He's talking about me. We've had this fan for a long time, and we've been meaning to get it replaced, but like we have a little industrial fan that we use for our bedroom, but my spouse's parents actually had this really nice fan. It looks really thin. Like, I think the blade mechanism itself is probably like this big, but surprisingly it puts out a lot of air because it goes out this way. So it has a good current going out like this, and then like a side current going out. And I ended up picking one up because I was like, that's just really, really good. So to show off the path real quick of this, there is a night mode too. And you got up here. The other DLC area is over this way, and then the last DLC is like right here. Let me get this to level 2. Honestly, I'm gonna just try to get more level 1 photos. I feel like what I do is my first time around, I try to get the best photos in without getting, like, the essentials. Fuck, I missed. So I gotta go back and, like, try to just get some solid normal photos. I've already got a normal photo for Pikachu, so... Aw. Poor baby. He wasn't interested in apples. Just move him out of the way. There's not many areas in this game that'll full on stop you in your tracks. Also, I believe there's an achievement for getting all of those different forms of Avilion as well. Oh, new path. Neat. That has to be like a level 2 animation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the second you get a photo of the crystal bloom lit up is when you unlock the ability to throw them. Oop, what's this looking at? Also, usually if they mention things, it means it's more like the unique animation that you can get. Yay! Yippee! Yeah, I don't think there's anything else really noteworthy here. Maybe I can try to get him closer. I thought his new form was actually kind of cool. He's like a little bear trap now. He's like based off of like a lily pad, but he's got like bear trap qualities to him. I was never a fan of, what's his name, Dunskfisk or some shit like that. Sunfisk or something. Stunfisk. There we go. I had him entirely wrong. So that's level 2. Did I get anything? Yeah. I don't know how that could... Oh, Crab Brawler's all the way in the back. That's a good photo. Billion. The point system does not make sense to me in this game in the slightest, but I won't question it if it gives me the answers right away. I've got some animation ideas, but they wouldn't be appropriate, and even if I'm not a fan of some of the stuff that already exists. How the fuck is that like a... Oh, I see. He's doing like a little yippee. Like, that's just a normal photo. There we go. That's good. I think that unlocks another thing in the water area. I know it unlocks nighttime. Good, let's return to camp for now. Yeah, so it just unlocks a whole new area for you too. Actually, can you go back here at night? No. I think later on you get that ability. This area actually has a post-game level too. I showed it off on my original Pokemon Snap stream. But I think it's one of the only areas in the whole game that actually has 3 different levels, unless, or post, or pre-DLC. Because technically the Poke Park has 3 versions of it. I love Wingull. They're definitely some of my favorite Pokemon. Pelipper's a different story, but I really like Wingull. I didn't expect to see a Magikarp in there, I'll be honest. I like that he gets higher every time. Be sick to see him like evolve into like a Gyarados and pop out. Oh, there's Mantine. Big boy on campus. I wonder how playable this would be with an actual N64 controller. I don't think it would be very, because there's a bunch of different abilities that you would get. Ooh, what's it want me to see? I love when Pokemon adds in random Pokemon that aren't technically viable whatsoever, but they're just meant for like world building. I think there's some of my favorite ones. Not every Pokemon needs to be a cool design or like extremely powerful. It's nice just having... Also, this fucker's hard to get photos of. There we go. It's nice just having Pokemon that's exclusive purpose is just existing. That shows that that's only a level 2. You're shitting me. 400 points, that's all I need. I can easily just do that. Like, literally just getting a single Pokemon photo. Make it doable. You not like apples? Damn. No, I missed. I know he does a animation here. I'll keep an eye out on him. There we go. Yeah, I really nailed the timing on that one. He's not even in frame. It seems like something's inside the whirlpool. The fucking Magikarp. Ooh, I can get a photo of him. Does he like apples? I can hit him with it. I think I'm gonna miss. I love the way they just kind of sit and stare at you. I wonder if I can get this guy's attention by running a scan. Oh yeah. I don't think there's anything I can really do with that besides it just letting me know some world building. We hit him with an apple. Unfazed. There we go. We're coming to the end of this level. There we go. I'll bonk them one day. I think they give a unique animation if you bonk them. I need to buy this game for Veloptian as my only reason. I think this game's $40 US as well, I believe. I think it's not even a full price game, which is impressive. This is one of the games I like 100% recommend like any fan of Pokemon or just fan of like photo taking stuff in general to try out. It's genuinely like one of my favorites. If you're looking for like a decently long campaign too, it's roughly like 10 hours long, I'd say. I've been taking my time with this to kind of show off stuff for the stream, but we're already 3 hours in. And we're not even getting into like the meat of the game yet. There we go, get some new photos. Now, if I can remember, I could probably list off how many levels this game has. When I look at the... Oh, damn, that was a 4-star. When I look at the world map, I can tell you how many levels there are based off my memory. This should unlock... I don't think this unlocks night, but I believe this unlocks... Oh, a blue hole. I believe this unlocks the next area, but I don't think it unlocks night time. Yeah, it unlocks the next area. There we go. So I got there. So let's see. Levels that haven't been unlocked yet. There's 3 more here, I think. There's 2 more here. There is another area farther out. This opens up farther, I believe. So you're sitting at like another 5 to 8 levels in total, I think. I believe. But there's still so much extra things for you to do. And I should say zones. There's 5 to 8 extra zones. And they have like 2 to 3 different distinguished things between them too. So like you got the jungle and shit like that. And then you got like part 3 or whatever. And then you got the extra DLC area up here, the extra DLC area over here. You still got an extra little zone in your tutorial area to get. And then there's extra stuff outside of that too. On top of a ton of achievements, a ton of Pokemon to take photos of. Like when I beat the game, I still had like another, I'd say 100 and some Pokemon that I didn't take photos of. Going back earlier on Pokemon that I just love to see that just kind of exist. You got Love Disc, just a pointless little fish Pokemon. It's got nothing going on. Like it is the epitome of like a useless Pokemon, but I love it because it just adds extra world building. It's fish. What's he do? Fish things. Cool. not every Pokemon needs to be like a main character level Pokemon. And I think that's what's awesome about like just being able to make a bunch of things, like a bunch of Pokemon. Also, this will be my last level I do. I expect the last level to be, but I was just having fun. I need to get food, and then I'll maybe back later. I'll try to. I've got like a free day off, so I want to try and spend some time doing streams. So where's that Crystal Bloom at? Crystal Bloom's behind her, or him. I think that's the one that I need to get to unlock the friendship orbs. It's skedaddled. Some of these levels have like some deep secrets in them too. Like it's nutty how many steps you need to go sometimes to get some secret Pokemon. Especially in these underwater segments, there's a ton of stuff for you to do. Oop, there's Tentacruel. I just thought Tentacruel was a very cool looking Pokemon. There's the end. The end. There we go. Fuck, I could just keep playing for like the next few hours, but I gotta get food. Fill that up. Alright, nice. I didn't even realize that's a photo it took. Or it picked. Kinda look like my guinea pigs when they want food. I don't think this was enough to get me to level 2. I wouldn't... Yeah, no. But that's perfect, because then it'll leave for my next stream. I'm going to honestly try to stream, like, probably a half an hour from now. Give me, like, a half an hour to an hour. Get some food. Maybe I'll set up this new fan as well or something. But I'll be back to stream some more. So either be... It's probably most likely going to be new Pokemon Snap as well. But I'm either going to try to come back to do some more new Pokemon Snap. Or maybe something else on the Switch. Maybe I'll try to, like, go through some of my favorite games on there. But yeah, at least at this moment, I am going to wrap it up here. I can flip this camera down. If I end up not coming back for a stream, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. But I should be back at some point. But I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. If not, and take care. And bye-bye.